Tracy already started.
Ma'am, you need to take care of that.
You just go get my stuff.
You think this is everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Raymond McGrath. I'm on staff here at Trinett. I'm a community outreach coordinator. Today we're going to talk about first impressions. So what was y'all's first impression of me coming in today? Did I seem nice or friendly or a good time at all?
You seem quiet. Yeah, cause
Okay.
you're sitting down.
Like you're serious.
Do you seem like somebody, hey, I could be friends with that girl, or were you like, I think I'm going to sit quietly and maybe not talk to her?
Really,
That's good. I like real. We're good to be good. Okay, good. I did that on purpose. My plan was to like dress all janky too, but I kind of forgot about that part, so we didn't do that. But part of that is just to see like, okay, like I'm dressed professional today. I look like I'm ready to go to work. But if I look like I have an attitude, or if I'm looking down at my phone the whole time and things like that, I'm not making a very good first impression, right? Okay, so what we're going to do today, we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to be real. Because what the point of today is so that when y'all go out and y'all are walking around, y'all are doing different things, y'all be able to go to different places and either, because how many of y'all have ever gone somewhere and seen a job that said now, place that said now hiring, and you realize I can't apply for a job because I'm not dressed to go talk to a manager today, or I don't look, or I'm not ready for that, forgot to brush my teeth this morning. These things happen, right? And so you know it does. You got babies, you walk out the house and you're like, well, they look cute. Well, A for effort. But so we're just going to talk about why that's important and what we're going to do with that, just so that y'all kind of have an idea of, okay, moving forward, things that y'all can do that are really easy but can help y'all with that. So, first thing we're going to do, what was the first thing we're going to do? Okay, so why don't, we've all got clothes at our table, okay? So y'all are going to work with the people at your table, and I want everybody to come up, look through the clothes at your table, and give me something that you would wear to a job interview. Just come up with an outfit you can wear to a job interview.
That's good.
And make sure while we're doing this too, if you haven't done this yet, if you haven't made a little tent with your name on it so I know your name, that would be helpful.
Which one? Yeah. Doable. Option. We don't have no shoes to match now. These shoes are too much for a job interview. This. I know, it's just we wouldn't wear no ruffles.
That's gonna have to work. No, it's too short. Yeah, but we need something to cover up. We don't got no sleeves. Oh, yeah.
I feel like this though.
That's too long.
No, I don't. But I don't know because of the hoodie. Oh, is that a hoodie or is that now?
That's too short.
You going to strip club with that one in your hand. I don't know how to strip
That's for somebody that just saw zero.
Okay.
This was different for a top.
With that skirt.
That's too short.
We're going running. We're going to the racetrack. Yeah, I think we'll just run with that. Oh, this that shirt over there. That's too many for real.
How we doing? We got clothes picked out? We're working on it? Now it might be because we just went and got a bunch of stuff, so it may be that your outfit doesn't match exactly, but as long as you got the staples you need, you know, like.
This was a brown. That's a late.
That great skirt ain't really that
That
short.
would be nice.
It's pretty, yeah. know you would not wear this this way.
Shirt's all the way down here.
Well, you can if you want me to.
No, I like this one though. I was just wondering.
Okay, we all got our outfits picked out? Okay, what outfit did y'all pick out?
So black dress and heels.
Black dress and heels, excellent choice. Hold that dress up for me though. Okay, now, that's a really good choice. It's a conservative dress. Look, you can never go wrong with a black dress. Can anybody think of something that might have an issue with that dress?
Right there.
Right there.
But I would
Because it's
like
popping out of
yeah, we would. Well, people with common sense would obviously pin it up.
You
know.
would think. But in your pile, there should be, everybody got a cami.
Oh,
I'm going to
yeah,
teach y'all
I
the
told
glory
you.
of the cami.
Not that one. It's the undershirt candy.
Yeah.
This right here is this guy right now.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought it was this one.
No. You know, we got time for all those clothes. We're going to just that. So, I'm going to teach y'all a really good rule. If you're looking especially for something professional, the way that I always do it, you can't really do it with my cell phone, but the way I always do it is to go like this. From your collarbone, you go like this, and you do 4 fingers, okay? And if your shirt's lower than 4 fingers, it's too low for a job interview, okay? That's just an easy, okay. Or, another option, because there's a chance, because it might be like this shirt is really high, but have you ever had a shirt that's high, but like this was really flowy? So you also have to think about, okay, if I set this down, I'm wearing a scarf today, so it's okay, but if I wasn't wearing a scarf and I went to set my purse down and went like this, and everybody could see all the way down my shirt, also not great. You know, like you just want to be aware of how much are you planning to show at your job interview? Why are you getting the job? You know what I mean?
Is
So-
a scarf okay?
Yeah, scarf's great. And it depends on where you're interviewing at. So the rule of thumb on that is you always want to go one level above what they wear at a normal job. So say y'all wanted to apply at Target. What does everybody wear at Target?
Oh, khakis and a red shirt.
Khakis and a red shirt. So what would be like one level above that?
Khakis and a nice shirt.
A nicer shirt. You could wear maybe a dress with a cardigan, like a little sweater, you know, something that's dressy, but you don't need to go on a full suit to a Target interview. You know what I mean? You just want to go a little bit nicer than they were on a normal day, so that when you walk in, what you're really thinking is, okay, if I'm wanting this job, there's probably a bunch of other people who are wanting this job, so what's going to set me apart? So if you come in a cute dress or you've got nice slacks on and a button-down shirt, and another girl comes in jeans and a t-shirt, you've already one-upped her just on what you wore that day, you know, without having to say anything.
What about shoes these high?
Oh, we're going to get to shoes that high.
Okay.
That is a conversation we're going to have.
Okay.
There's really only one place that's appropriate for shoes that high,
But people be wearing, I've seen people wear those.
They
to
do.
job interviews.
And my
They
sister
do.
actually is like one of the managers at General Dynamics, and it's the kind of shoes she wears. But her outfit and her hair and makeup be on point.
Mhm.
But then I'm like, Dee Dee, where is you going with them shoes on? Like,
See, in my personal opinion, those kind of shoes may only be appropriate for like a street corner type area that we're working on here. But I also wanted to put them on there because sometimes you might be in a situation where those are the only shoes you have. You know, I mean, I've got a couple of shoes that are cute, but they're the only shoes that I have that matches the outfit I want to wear that day. So if I had those shoes, what I would probably do is try to find a longer pair of slacks. Because then you won't see all this business, you know, that gets a little interesting. You know, but if it's your shoe, you know, if you only see this far because your pants cover it, people don't realize you're wearing skanky shoes, you know, and so that's helpful.
she said the street corner.
You know that's true. You gotta think about, okay, what are my clothes communicating? And if you look at those shoes, what are those communicating?
Yeah.
Okay, what about this table? What did y'all come up with?
These pants and a button-down shirt
Excellent choice.
are using this cardigan with that undershirt.
Oh, cute. Yeah, that's really good. Now, one thing, I don't know if y'all are like me, but if you're more on the busty side, especially if you just had a baby, I think everybody's on the busty side. In a button-down shirt, one thing to be careful of, this happens to me all the time, is if y'all had the
Right
pull
here,
where you're
yeah.
like, I'm suddenly so inappropriate in my really nice conservative button-down.
Yeah, with the baby spread.
So you just gotta be careful of that. You know, if that's your only button-down shirt, maybe we need to find another option if that's what's happening, you know? I've pinned shirts before, you can do that. I'm gonna tell y'all a story that's so embarrassing, but this is real life. So I was at church, okay, go to church, I had a shirt on, It was like a nice flowy shirt, and it just had buttons like right here, you know, like one of those that just had a few buttons. They were decorative. Like you don't even unbutton it to put the shirt on. I'm standing there talking to these guys who were like in the youth group at church, and we're talking and going on, and one of the guys was my friend, and so he like nicely leans over to me and he's like, Rima, he's lost a button. And I look to him, and my shirt is busted open, like I'm like, and it's right here. So I mean, in front of God and everybody, talking to these guys with my bra hanging out, and I was like,
And I bet they were.
and they're doing the whole like, I mean, they're at church, so they're like, okay, do we tell her shirt's busted open? Because then they know. Then she would know that I noticed that her shirt was busted open. So they're all like, you know. So luckily I had another shirt in my car, but it was really embarrassing. At that moment you're like, man, I was like dressed nice today, and I'm busted open in front of everybody. So
She said in front of God.
I everybody, it's my bra hanging out. It just really not my best day, not my best. What do we got over here?
Next, and then if we had another jacket like this, that color would work.
Yeah. Cute to have a jacket with it. That's good. Now this dress, let me see if this is one that I picked out because I thought it was good or bad. There's
Oh,
one
the V thing on it. That's the only bad part about
I
it.
just spilled your water everywhere. That was me. No, this is a good one. You're good. Yeah. You might be careful on the V. You just have to be aware of if it's too low cut or anything like that.
Yeah.
But so that's really good. Okay, how about, can y'all pick out an outfit if you had to go to court, you had a ticket or CPS or whatever you're doing?
I've
Can you
been
figure
seeing a
out?
lot of people dress crazy like that.
Okay, this is important. This is a big one because I'm right there with you. I've seen people, you're like, did
Wear
you want
little-
them to like do good for you? Like, what were you hoping out of this?
She said we don't have to wear it. I mean, but if you wear it, people might not be the right color. I probably wear a button.
Where's that shit that we had?
This
There you go. Yeah.
What would you like? We can tuck it in with them stripper shoes.
We're gonna imagine these are black. Girl, you going to jail in that outfit. Judge gonna throw you in jail with that on. What you think gonna try? Or do you know now they have a sign on the door that says no sleeveless, no straps, no sandals, no shorts.
This is not a dress.
Tan? Like what?
Yeah, we put that part together.
Oh my gosh. No. Even that pink shirt would be stupid.
Yeah, but look.
Cardigan. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Did everybody get their outfit? We're getting close. Okay, let's start over here this time. What'd y'all come up with for court?
Assuming it would match, we'd wear something like this and
Okay.
pants or a button.
Okay,
shirt and
good.
then-
Yeah, that's good. What y'all got over there?
The cardigan and the tank top, because everything over here.
I was about to say, y'all got some janky clothes over there. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Y'all got the colorful table. Y'all had all kinds of colors going on over there. Okay, and how about here?
We got this skirt with the undershirt and a.
Good. That is good. Okay. There you go, and then you put your hooker shirt on. Count the day. Now, the thing, so we talked about with the job interview, how you kind of gauge what you're going to wear is you wear one level above what they wear, right? So if you're going to court, you find the nicest thing you own every time without fail, doesn't matter what you're going for. The reason is that if you're going to court, especially if you're going for something like CPS or something like that, the judge needs to see effort. So this is like, okay, you just need to show like, you know how to dress yourself. But with court, you think about that first impression y'all had when y'all walked in and how I was acting. People make extreme judgments about a person on their first impression. And y'all know this. I mean, we all do it. You know, you see somebody and you're like, you know, like, we've all done that. We've all had that moment. We don't like it that people do it to us, but we all do it. But you don't want that judge. You don't want to get the judge to walk into court and do that to you. You know, like, that's not the image you want. Especially if he's got a file about all these things you've done wrong. You want him to look at you and think, surely she didn't do that, as opposed to he looks at you and goes, I could see that, she's guilty already. You know, like, you don't want that to be his first impression. You want him to think, but she looks so nice. You know, that's the thought you want to go through his head, not, I bet she did all this and more. I bet they don't even know half the stuff she did, you know? So that's really important when you're in those situations. And I mean, like she said, it's like when you, how many of y'all have seen somebody who's going to court or doing something and you're like, why are they dressed like that?
I saw
Like,
somebody, I went to court not too long ago, and I went to big court, not just no regular court. And this fool walk in with a shirt that say, I'm guilty and what?
See, that's a bad idea. That's
And then another person had on a button-down shirt, but it had marijuana leaves all over it. And I'm like, what world do y'all live in that you come to court thinking that this is okay?
yeah. And it's the difference of like, okay, like if you want to go in there and someone to say you didn't do this, or even it might be okay, maybe they know you did this, or they're going to say, okay, you're going to do this. It could be the difference between you getting community service or jail time. You know what I mean? That's a really serious thing that you want. You want to come off with a really good first impression so that they're working off a good idea of you, as opposed to I'm just reading my file and gauging you by your marijuana shirt.
But and he was dressed nice. That's what's so cool about it.
You're like, do you know that that's a marijuana shirt? Maybe you don't know.
Iron starch, had polo boots on, a nice
Sweet
haircut,
buddy.
and button-down marijuana shirt.
And you want to be like, I bet I know why you're here.
I'm like, do you realize that's marijuana leaves on your shirt?
Maybe he just thought it was like a tropical look. Maybe
Right.
that's what he was going
What
for.
do you want?
Okay, but that's what's really important about court and doing that, and that's just a really good thing. It's anything like that where somebody's going to be making a decision about your fate in the future, we're going to want to dress as nice as we can, okay? And that includes, like, you could be dressed real nice, but if your hair looks like this, like, that's a problem. You know, like, that's like, well, you put clothes on, we're working in the right direction, but you want to make sure that you got the whole package going, okay? Take the extra 30 minutes, it's really helpful. Okay, what about if you were going to CareNet or WIC or one of those offices? What do we wear for that?
I just wear it down the
We're going to wear this.
Y'all go look, y'all pick it up. As a group, y'all figure out what are you going to wear to that.
Some people be coming up here with their little blue jean skirt on, they got over their ear. You was pregnant, girl, what is that on?
I have some gym shorts on, that's me. And Kevin's clothes.
Type cute. I'm all in everybody else's clothes.
I think I gave y'all better clothes than I gave the other group. I think y'all got the nice ones. Y'all were the first table, I had them all laid over there and I was doing this. Did everybody pick theirs out? Okay, what y'all got? The running suit, very nice, very fuzzy, enjoyable.
Or that, yeah.
Or the super skanky skirt, I enjoy that as well.
With the shoes.
Nice. With the shoes, obviously with the hooker shoes.
That's what they be wearing. Some of them be wearing it over.
I know. What about y'all? What'd y'all get?
Mighty
Okay, we're very colorful. I like it.
The jump pants, that's me.
Chill, comfy, good. What'd y'all get? Sheila, what'd y'all
Oh.
have?
We don't really have like pants so that them be
That's okay.
selling them just this far.
Okay. Y'all went for cute, enjoyable, that's good. Okay, now let's talk about this. Why do y'all come? So if y'all come to CareNet, you go to WIC, why are you going there? What's the purpose for that trip?
To get help.
To get help, right? So everybody needs help, we're needing something from these places, so we're going. Okay, now let's look at this. Hand me that suit. When you walk in like this, and you ask for rent money, what do you think you're communicating to that social
I'm
worker
broke.
you're talking to?
I'm lazy.
broke.
Sheila, I'm lazy. That's what that communicates. And to me, if I'm making a decision about, I'm going to give you money, and I'm looking at you and I'm saying, you didn't take the time to put clothes on today, so what we've gauged those things by, and I'll tell y'all straight, like, if somebody comes to us asking for rent money, we will give it or not give it based on the fact that if you're going to need it again next month. So, it may be that this is, if it's a one-time thing, we'll figure it out, we'll move heaven and earth, we'll help you out. If you tell us, I've got a job, I'm working on this, I just lost my job, I already got another one, but I'm working, I'm doing all this stuff, I can do it next month, but I'm short this month $200, but I've already gotten $300 of it, I just need help with a little bit. We are much more likely to help that girl out than the girl that says, well, I couldn't pay it last month, I can't pay it this month, I'm really not looking for a job, so I probably won't pay it next month. That girl, we're like, well, even if I give you rent money, you're getting kicked out next month anyway, you know? Yeah. So if you
Well,
look at that,
we're gonna assume that those pants are a different color. And we just go, and they're gonna be blue, I mean, they're
Okay,
gonna be,
we got
they're gonna
nice
be khaki.
khaki, we're gonna khakis, we're
Black,
gonna with that.
we're gonna put it
Very
in.
nice, that works, that's a good outfit. So that's something to think about though, really, cause I know that y'all go, there's lots of different places, everybody's sending y'all somewhere else, y'all gotta go to a different agency every day, and then they're like, well, now that you're here and you did all this stuff with us, well, now you gotta go here and you gotta do this. But you gotta think about how many first impressions you're making. Even if it's a place you've gone to a bunch, like even if you've come to CareNet for a year, you might get a different social worker the next time you come for an appointment than you did the first time, you know? So you need to be aware of that, just so y'all know, okay, like if I'm coming and I'm asking for something or I need something, you need to look like I can take that and be responsible with it. And not just take it and be like, well, I'm gonna go, cause I'm like, if you came to me and said, hey, I need help getting a job dressed like this.
Okay, but I have a question though.
Yes, ma'am.
What if you honestly just do not have any clothes?
If this is all you had, well, number one, we've got two options. One, all of the clothes in front of y'all, I got at Salvation Army. There's tags on all of them, none of them are expensive. Even if you have one outfit that you wear every time, if you're coming to an agency like CareNet, we're not looking at you thinking you're a millionaire because you're coming to CareNet. You know, it's like if you need something, that's something we can be aware of. But I think all of us have an outfit that at least is, I can go to church in this, or we're going out tonight, or something that says, okay, I at least took 5 minutes to think about what I was wearing today. I did not get out of bed in my pajamas and come in that, you know? And that really communicates about you, like, I have the self-confidence enough, I have goals, and I'm really going to achieve them. Does that make sense? So it doesn't need to be like, you don't need to be dressed like you're going to court. Like, it doesn't need to be that outfit. But if you, kind of like what they did, you know, if it's like a sweater and a pair of pants, that didn't take any longer than it took to put on a t-shirt and shorts. You know what I mean? It's like, you're just figuring out what's the difference and how are they going to see me. And especially if, like, it's one thing if you're coming to class, but if you're coming to class and you know, hey, I really need a pack and play, and I'm really hoping Jamie will figure something out or see if she can find me one, or I need to pay my water bill and I don't know about that, don't come in pajamas if that's something you're needing. You know what I mean? Like, you just want to think about the impression you're making in those moments. Does that make sense? So we've got, for jobs, you do one level up. For court, you want the nicest thing you own, right? And then, if you're going to social services, if you're going to CareNet, you're going to WAIF, you're going to Salvation Army, wherever you're going to get stuff, you want to look responsible. And I promise you, you will get significantly more out of this from these places than you will just looking like I'm poor. You know, because I mean, if you look, that's a thought. I mean, it's a genuine strategy, like, I need help. If I look like I need help, they might give me more help. But if you look like I'm going to take your help and I'm going to go places with it, they're going to help you out a lot more. Well, our thing around here, I don't know if y'all have heard them say that a lot, but what we always say is we're not going to work harder than you are for you. We'll work as hard as you will, but if I'm calling 18 places trying to find you a job and you tell me I haven't even done any applications, I'm done. You know, that's well, okay, when you start getting on this, we'll help. We always want to help, we always want to partner with y'all, but if it comes out as y'all aren't doing anything, we'll probably just say, well, when you decide you really want to do something, we'll obviously help. Does that make sense? So that really does make a difference. How you dress when you come to those appointments is that same thing. It's that first impression. It's I walk in there and I say, this girl looks like she's trying really hard. That, I want to help that girl. When I walk in and I think she didn't look like she tried at all today, sometimes there's extenuating circumstances, obviously, and we know that. But it's just helpful in general. And I mean, y'all know us at CareNet and all those kind of things, but y'all also know that not everybody's like CareNet. Not everybody's like the social workers here. I mean, I don't know if y'all know, but I'm like, you go into some agencies and you're just like cattle. They're like, you go here, wait in line for 8 hours here, you go here. And you just want to make sure at those places that you're coming off different from the 8,000 other people walking through there that day, you know? So, how about we do this? Can y'all look through there and find an outfit you should not wear to a job interview?
You got it.
I bet y'all can come up with it. What should you not wear to a job interview?
We got 3 of them.
These things, 'cause this one's all shiny to
Hey, I feel you. He's not trying to be cute with his friends.
I don't want to.
We got quite a few.
This time around, maybe I have 3.
What y'all got?
I'd say any of these dresses this one, 'cause it's just too low cut.
I
This
love
one's
this.
a strapless, and then this one's too short. And it's open,
Okay. And that black dress, if you wore that black
Yeah,
dress
that one,
and a top.
and a top, yeah, if you
Yeah.
put a cardigan
Yeah,
with that could
that's
work.
cute.
And that's
Like a
something to
jacket.
think
Yeah.
about, like,
Just a little short too.
kind of like what Shanika was talking about. She's like, well, what if I don't have anything like that? You can look at your closet and say, like, okay, like, this dress isn't okay by itself, but I have this jacket I can put with it, and then it's okay. You know, so you have to start thinking that way, how you could pair those things. What about over here? There you go. Well done. I like it. You need that outfit and those shoes. You're good to go. You'd be like,
Yeah.
ready to
Ready.
go.
Look, we got 3 of them, but I just noticed something on this dress right here. Of all things that it has on the dress, is crosses, like little Jesus crosses. And then we got this one.
And I bet somebody try to wear it to church. Because it got crossed.
There you
with
go.
tights. And then this one. And all of them with these shoes.
With those shoes, you're ready to go.
But people do wear stuff like this to church though, because
Mhm.
I go to Carter Baptist and I be seeing people walk in and like, why did you just wear that? We're not going to the club.
You're like, well,
And
you're in a dress.
some churches will tell, like, they got churches now that pastors be like, that's inappropriate. You know?
Yeah, a lot of churches, they do wear stuff like that.
Well, and that's part of why we wanted to do this class is because, I don't know, for me, I'm like, I don't want anybody in here especially, like, I don't want y'all to feel like I'm judging you or saying like, oh my gosh,
No,
what are
you're
y'all
right,
doing? Like,
though.
we just wanna make sure that y'all know, because like one thing that we have been learning a lot about is just that there's different rules, and we're gonna talk about this in a minute, but different places have different rules, you know? So it might be, we're gonna talk about, there's different classes, right? And it's basically based on how much you make a year is on what class you're in, okay?
Mhm.
So the majority of America is in the middle class, that's making above 30,000 a year-ish. So the middle class has these rules, but it's not like we write them somewhere and put them on the wall. It's not like, okay, here's the rules of the middle class so that if you're doing anything, you can know that. But every agency you go to, every courtroom you walk into, every job interview you go into, every store you walk into, those are the rules because that's the majority of people. So have y'all ever gone into Walmart in your slippers and people start looking at you like, what is she doing in her slippers at Walmart? Have you gotten that face?
Mhm.
It's a face. People do this. I've done this. It's true. But it's that thing of, from where you're from, that's not a rule. It's not a rule you don't wear slippers to Walmart. It's not a rule that I don't wear the jogging suit or whatever to CareNet. That's not a rule. But whether you know that it's a rule or not, it is a rule. We don't wear pajamas out of the house, you know, things like that. And so what ends up happening a lot of times, I don't know if y'all have experienced this much, but if you go somewhere, have you ever gone somewhere and you feel like you just hit this wall, like you kind of have this feeling of I've done something wrong and I don't think I've spoken yet. Like something in what I have done has been wrong, and that's those rules. It's I've shown up and I broke a rule, but nobody told me it was a rule. I didn't know it was a rule, but it is a rule and I've broken it and now I'm done, you know? And that's really why we wanted to do this, just so y'all could have that understanding more of this is what people are thinking when y'all walk into a place. It's like, okay, this is what they're thinking, this is how how their brain works, so that you know and you can work into that, so that you're not walking into these job interviews hitting a wall before you even say anything or do anything, because you didn't know that that's how it was supposed to be, you know? So that's kind of the why behind all this. So do we think we have a good understanding of clothes and what we're supposed to wear and how that's supposed to work? Feel good about it?
Mhm.
This must
Y'all
be
ready to go?
This must be a name brand shoe, cause this price tag on here say $82.95.
Surely that is not right at Salvation Army.
But then the other one say 19. So
Yeah,
you
that's-
know,
Yeah,
82.
maybe that is not
What kind of name
$82.
brand shoe?
She could pay good.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a little break. Y'all can get snacks if you want. We got yummy cake. It's like peanut butter caramel